ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री परम गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री परमेष्ठि गुरुभ्यो नमः। Pranams to everyone. Now there's a transit of Jupiter to Capricorn, that is Makara, on 30th, which is yesterday, early morning, somewhere about 3:30 or so. Before speaking on the results of Jupiter transit, I must say that I am not an astrologer by profession, and it is only my academic interest which made me study this subject for more than 60 years, and even now I am a student of astrology. I always remember a great scholar in astrology of international repute, Dr. B.V. Raman, writes in every issue of his magazine, astrological magazine, very first shloka itself, that who else can predict what is in store in future other than the Brahman. That applies to all the predictions. It is my humble effort to place before you whatever the little knowledge I have on astrology and my findings with my humble understanding. These predictions are confined to transit of Jupiter to Makara from 30th March of this year to 30th June this year. Jupiter has entered Makara, Capricorn, on 30th March 2020 at 3:55 p.m. AM. Yes, IST 3:55. 350 hours should be taken easy, so no confusion on AM PM. It is 30th March at 3:55 hours IST. He has joined Saturn and Mars, both transiting star Uttarashada, second pada. Makara or Capricorn is the ninth sign from ascendant of India, because Indian independence chart indicates Vrishabha as its lagna. So it is the ninth from the ascendant, as well seventh sign from its moon sign Cancer, Karnataka. And this is the independent chart. And we should also look at our Prime Minister's chart also. Jupiter has entered third sign from his ascendant, as well moon sign Scorpio, because for our Prime Minister, the ascendant and moon sign both are Scorpio, and Jupiter has entered the third house from ascendant as well moon sign. When we come to our Chief Minister of Karnataka, Jupiter transits now second sign from ascendant, that's Lagna, and third sign from is moon. Before giving in detail about the transit of Jupiter, at the first sight, the transit seems to be good for the above three charts. That is our independence chart, our PM's chart, as well the Karnataka Chief Minister's chart. Jupiter will again transits back to Sagittarius on 30th June this year at 5:22 a.m. His transit to Makara again is on 20th November. He remains in Makara up to 6th of April 21 and then moves to Aquarius, Kumbha. Again, he moves back to Makara on 14/9 and remains there up to 21/11/2021. So, this time the transit of Jupiter is not very good. He moves between two signs, not staying for a long time anywhere. This is not very good as such. Even if it also retrograde also should be within the sign, but he retrogrades from the other sign, Kumbha, and comes back. Anyway, that's the celestial drama, and we have no control on that. Total period of transit in Makara is 9 months altogether. 9 months plus maybe few days. Against normal transit in a house of Jupiter is 1 year. As he enters Makara thrice in these 3 months, now he entered, once again he will enter, once again he will enter. So 3 times he will enter. And each time he enters Makara, the other planetary positions are different each time. So the result of Jupiter transit from 3320 to 3620 in Makara is only now I am attempting to predict. Because it's not only transit, as always I believe and say, it is the other planets at the time of the transit also makes a difference in the prediction. So now I attempt only on these 3 months. General predictions for Jupiter transit is mentioned in various our classical text of Ayurveda, text of astrology, like Brihad Samhita, Yavar Jataka, Jyoti Sharnava Namanitam, and Sundarananda Jyotishya Kavya. This is both Tamil and Sanskrit text I am referring. Comprising all these versions, all these texts, Jupiter in 7th from moon sign of independence chart indicates money and other gains through friendly nations. Our financial status will improve. Purchase of defense equipments are indicated, and also likely to sign a financial agreement with a powerful nation. India will work for some good sacred aim and also succeed in it. There is no dearth for food in this country during this period. Similarly, predictions of Jupiter in 3rd from moon sign of our PM's chart, as well CM's chart reads that Jupiter is bad in 3rd sign. Something unbearable, sorrow, fear. Difficulty may come to the native. Brother or sister's health will be affected, may suffer from chronic diseases. Confidence levels deplete. The efforts and activities will get obstructed. When mental happiness is disturbed, it's what the transit of 3rd sign of Jupiter indicates. But not everything. We'll go further. Normally, the good results are being in seventh transit is obstructed sometimes when any planet transits third from moon sign. Fortunately, no major planets transit third from moon, and hence the good results, what is said for the nation, are not affected. So Jupiter, whatever he wants to give good to the nation, will give without any obstruction. There is no Nakshatra Veda also for Jupiter transit, and hence the good results attributed being in seventh from moon from the independence chart are not disturbed. So all the good results are going to come. At the same time, it's interesting to note that the bad results of being transiting in third house to our PM and Karnataka CM shall not produce that bad results, because when any planet transits seventh from moon sign, at present Venus transits seventh sign and later up to 30th June, one or more of the planets among Sun, Mercury, Venus will be transiting seventh sign, and hence the bad results of Jupiter will not operate, which is a great relief. These are the general results of transit, which need to be analyzed in the light of many other parameters. That is the purpose of this article or this talk. Because my conviction is that the prediction based on the moon sign and transit will not operate at all. That will be only confusing our people, Rashi Phala and all. One need to analyze, examine all the other factors with reference to their birth chart. That's the most requirement, and just simply predictions on Jupiter in fifth house good for you, Jupiter in Lagna, Rashi is bad for you. Those things are not right, and it may not give the purpose of the astrology is not that. That's why it loses the faith of people in astrology. Anyway, we can't stop. People also listen to that, and there are people to talk about it. Anyway, at the time of transit of Jupiter to Makara, the moon transits in Vrishabha. That is the 11th house from moon sign of our independence chart. And hence, Jupiter called Swarna Murti. So Jupiter being Swarna Murti as a benefic planet, his transit in 7th from moon sign is enhanced. Already there is a good results are indicated being in 7th from moon sign, and Jupiter becomes Swarna Murti because moon is in 7th from moon sign. So it's enhanced further. More so, the Ashtaka Varga Bindus in Makara for Jupiter is 5. So that is further enhanced the good results. And because of Ashtaka Varga Bindus or Makara in 5, which is third house for our Prime Minister and Chief Minister, the bad results what are already mentioned will further reduce because the Ashtavarga Bindus are 5 in Makara. This is what to say, integrating all these things, the good results are not affected, and for bad results, there's an obstruction. This is what I come to this conclusion here. When Jupiter passes through Rashi having 5 Bindus, our ancient text says, whichever the Rashi, whenever having 5 Bindus in that Rashi, it need not be 9th or 6th or 8th, whatever it is, number it is, indicates winning over enemies, getting good and sincere friends, and gain from them. This applies to our PM, CM, and also our independence chart. Jupiter during his transit is not transiting on any planet that was placed in the Makara in the independence chart. That means to say, there is no planet in the independence chart in Makara, so it is not transiting on that. But transit over natal Mercury in CM's chart. It is not for PM and independence chart, but for CM's chart, Mercury was there in natal chart in Makara. So Jupiter is transiting on Mercury now. When Jupiter crosses the birth chart Mercury, one will get money from many corners. Enemies will disappear. Lawsuits, if any, will be in favor. So we can assure our Chief Minister with this combination that whatever the internal problem he has got in this ministry or whatever his party, etc., will come to settle down by itself. The people say Jupiter in Makara gets debilitation. It is true. Is a Nicha there. But that is cancelled being with Mars, who is exalted there. One reason is cancelled. Also, Jupiter being Vargotama in D9 chart also cancels that. So we cannot attribute the debilitation result for Jupiter during his transit now, because Nicha Bhanga takes place because of Mars there, and also because of Vargotama in D9 chart. And another general saying is Saturn-Mars conjunction is bad in general. But we need to consider that conjunction in Saturn, Mars in Saturn's own house, and Mars in his exaltation house. This is something, is a blessing in disguise at this critical situation where we are facing a pandemic, threatening the whole country. This combination is a blessing in disguise, according to me. People say that Mars caused all this and whatever it is. But this conjunction of Saturn Mars in Makara is a blessing in disguise to handle this critical situation for this country. What I found more important is Jupiter during transit in Makara aspect the ascendant of independent chart. Ascendant Lord and 6th Lord Venus, 4th Lord Sun, 2nd and 5th Lord Mercury, 3rd Lord Moon, 9th and 10th Lord Saturn. Such an aspect keeps the indications of these houses intact. Because Jupiter from Makara aspecting these planets, the indications of these houses are intact. That's Parakrama, nation's strength, finance, nation's progress, employment opportunities, and fortune. These are all kept intact. What may come, what may people say? This will be intact because Jupiter aspects these planets from Makara. In PM's chart, 8th and 10th, 11th lords are aspected by Jupiter, who are incidentally the 4th, 2nd, 5th lord in our independence chart. Thus, once again, citizens' comfort is assured, sir, and finance and progress is also assured. Coming to CM's chart, Jupiter aspects 3rd and 4th lord. It helps, thus assumes, once again assures comfort to citizens in Karnataka. That means getting out of pandemic is very soon, without much loss of lives. Yes, Jupiter yesterday entered Makara, aspecting 3rd and 4th lords, assures the comfort to the citizens, and pandemic very soon will disappear without much loss of lives. That is for sure. Anyway, with all this, at the present situation, we are all interested in knowing when we will be relieved of this pandemic. Yes. Jupiter entering Makara is the beginning of the end of this pandemic for India. That's for sure. 4th Lord Sun in the independence chart transits 10th from Moon from 13th April, which will further relieve us. And once Sun transits in Kritika star from 11th May, we'll be totally out of the pandemic. I'm sure from yesterday itself, there's a decline. There should be decline in the corona positive findings. Already begun. The end of pandemic has begun. And from 13th April, we'll be comfortably all right. By 11th May, we'll be totally free from this pandemic. Moreover, during what I'm telling is this pandemic, we will not see more deaths across the country. It will be very, very minimal, very minimal. So there is nothing to fear on this. Take all the precautions, and I have given in some other video how to improve our aura, the Prabhavalaya. It will help us to avoid the infections, and it will be separately dealt already. Everyone, including the financial experts, speaks about the financial crisis in the country, and now more so due to this pandemic. But the planet's disposition speaks other way. That says there is not too much worry on financial front, and it will not only be normal, but there's an indication of progress also. I'm not a financial expert to say how it happens. I can only say on the findings of the planetary positions, it cannot be that bad as expected by all the financial experts today. And we shall see progress also. This is my humble presentation on Jupiter transit to Makara and its impact on the nation, with reference to the Prime Minister chart also, and to an extent our State Minister, Chief Minister Karnataka also. Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu, Samastan Mangalani Bhavantu. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Pranams to everybody once again. Thank you for being with me. Thank you once again.